Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Prabjot Barua with the news at 9. The headlines. Campaigning picks up pace for the first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik takes stock of the situation arising out of heavy snowfall in the state. Traffic restored partially on Jammu-Srinagar highway after 18 hours. Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu reaches Malawi on the third and final leg of his three-nation Africa tour. RBI to set up digital Public Credit Registry for capturing details of borrowers, including willful defaulters. Prohibitory orders in force around Sabarimala temple ahead of its opening tomorrow. And in cricket, the West Indies set a target of 110 runs for India in the first T20 at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. Campaigning for the first phase of assembly elections picks up pace in Chhattisgarh. Star campaigners of different parties are touring Bastar and Rajnandgaon areas to garner support for their candidates. More from our correspondent.
Bharatiya Janata Party President Amit Shah today addressed election rallies in Khujji, Khairagarh and Kondagaon constituencies of Chhattisgarh. He asked the Congress Party to clarify its stand on the issue of nationalism. BJP President said that Congress sees revolution in nationalism while the Bharatiya Janata Party considers development as a revolution. Meanwhile, Bahujan Samaj Party Chief Mayawati, while addressing the public meeting in support of her party candidate at Akaltara in Janjgir Chapa district, alleged that anti-scheduled caste and anti-tribal governments of the state compel the people on the path of nationalism and violence. On the other hand, while talking to the media in Raipur, Congress star campaigner Abhishek Manu Singhvi alleged the state did not develop in the last 15 years and the number of people living below the poverty line in Chhattisgarh has increased. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
Tomorrow is the last day for withdrawal of nominations for the second phase of elections in 72 constituencies in Chhattisgarh. The state has 90 constituencies and assembly elections are scheduled to be held in two phases on the 12th and the 20th of November. In Madhya Pradesh, electioneering is gradually picking up. Both the major political parties have declared a large number of candidates in their first lists. Congress on Sunday released the second list of 16 candidates for assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh. Meanwhile, Election Commission also stepped up its action against the violations of Model Code of Conduct. More from our correspondent.
27,671 non-bailable warrants have been served from October 6 to November 2 since the Model Code of Conduct came into effect in the state to ensure law and order. Total 251,000 firearms have been deposited in the police stations during this period. Under the property defacement, more than 15,66,000 cases have been registered. In addition to this, 9,812 cases of misuse of vehicles have been also registered during this period. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
Election Commission of India has ordered for removal of Mizoram Principal Secretary Home, Lal Nunmoya Chuango. In a letter to the Chief Secretary Arvind Ray, the ECI asked the state government to take immediate steps in this regard. The Commission observed that the continuance of Mr. Chuango as Principal Secretary Home will have adverse impact in conducting smooth, free and fair elections in Mizoram. As a follow-up of this, the state government proposed the names of 3 officers to replace Mr. Chuango. The Commission has approved the name of Lalrilyana Fanai to replace Mr. Chuango. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik today took stock of the situation arising out of heavy snowfall in the Kashmir Valley and Jammu Division. The governor is personally monitoring the situation and has issued instructions to the authorities concerned for immediate restoration of electricity supply and road connectivity in the affected areas. An official spokesman said the advisors and the chief secretary have been asked to get regular updates on restoration of essential services from the concerned so that the people don't face any inconvenience. In view of the ongoing board examinations, the governor has asked the Education Department to make adequate heating arrangements at the examination centres. More from our correspondent.
2 persons, including a minor girl, were killed while 6 others were injured in weather-related incidents in Jammu region. A 9-year-old girl was killed and 3 members of a nomadic family were injured when a landslide struck their tent in Satya village of Rajouri district, while a villager was killed and 3 others were injured during thunderstorm and lightning in Katra area of district Rasi. Around 1,000 people stranded in snowfall-affected areas across the state have been rescued. Vidar Kirana, Yogesh Sharma, AIR News, Jammu.
Meanwhile, one-way traffic has been restored on Jammu-Srinagar National Highway after remaining closed for over 18 hours due to massive landslides in Ramban district and heavy snowfall in Kazigund near Jawahar Tunnel, Shaitani Nala and Banihal. SSP National Highway Shakti Pathak said after hectic efforts, the road was cleared for one-way traffic this afternoon. He said all Jammu-bound stranded vehicles and Darbar employees were allowed today. National Highway Authority of India and Border Road Organisation are working on a war footing to remove the remaining debris between Ramban to Banihal. In Kerala, with the Lord Ayyappa shrine in Sabarimala is all set to open for a day tomorrow, the town is under heavy security cover. Over 2,300 police personnel are deployed to meet any situation since the last pilgrimage season was affected by protests against entry of women of all age groups. The prohibitory orders clamped by the district collector in 4 places since last night, banning the gathering of 4 or more persons, will continue till Tuesday. More from our correspondent.
The temple would be open for devotees by 5 p.m. tomorrow and will close by 10 p.m. on Tuesday. An official said that the pilgrims would be allowed to travel to the temple pathway only by tomorrow afternoon. As per various reports, the police are checking each and every vehicle that passes in and around the temple town. Meanwhile, the state police chief Loknath Behra said that the media will not be restricted in Sabarimala. The police would be trying to implement the Kerala High Court order to provide security to all devotees. The representatives of the Pandalam royal family, the custodian of the jewelry of the Sabarimala temple, came out heavily against the tight security by police and said that the presence of police will adversely affect the pilgrimage. Shamila, AR News, Thiruvananthapuram.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in.
अरे अजय भाई, आपका बेटा राहुल नहीं दिखाई दिया आज?
भारद्वाज जी वो किचन में है, खाना बना रहे हैं।
किचन में? क्यों, कोमल बिटिया का है?
कोमल बेटी तो बाहर है, कुछ घर का सामान वगैरह लेना था तो दफ्तर से लेती आएगी।
मतलब बेटी बाहर और बेटा किचन में? अजय जी, ये क्या कर रखा है?
कुछ खास नहीं जी, बेटियों और बेटों को बराबर बना रखा है।
बेटों और बेटियों में फर्क क्या करना? बेटियों के पंखों को खुलने दीजिए, उन्हें उड़ने दीजिए। बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ महिला एवं बाल विकास मंत्रालय द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
एक मंदिर, दरगाह या गुरुद्वारा नहीं छोड़ा था जहाँ इसकी मिलने की मन्नत न मांगी हो। स्टेशन पर खो गई थी ये मिली भी तो कैसे? इन उंगलियों के निशान से। आधार कार्ड बनवाया था इसका।
सुना, वो आधार में बच्चों की फिंगरप्रिंट लेते हैं ना?
उससे कोई भी खोए हुए बच्चे को अपने घर तक पहुंचा सकता है।
ये तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था।
तो अब सोच लो।
आधार अपना लो, फायदे में रहोगे। कुष्ठ रोग किसी को भी हो सकता है, चाहे वो किसी भी धर्म, लिंग, सामाजिक, आर्थिक स्तर का हो। इसका संपूर्ण इलाज उपलब्ध है। कुष्ठ रोगी के हाथ, पैर और चेहरे पर आई विकृतियों को ऑपरेशन द्वारा ठीक किया जा सकता है।
केंद्रीय कुष्ठ प्रभाग स्वास्थ्य सेवा महानिदेशालय भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu arrived in Lilongwe, the capital of Malawi, on the final leg of his 3-nation visit to Africa today. He was received by several Malawian ministers. He will address the Indian community in Malawi at a reception function in Lilongwe later tonight. Earlier during his visit to Zimbabwe, Mr. Naidu has said both the countries must work harder to progress together and forge partnerships for a mutually beneficial brighter future. Addressing the India-Zimbabwe Business Forum in Harare, he urged the captains of industry of both countries to tap the natural synergies and complementarities between the two economies and tapping them for mutual benefit. In Indonesia, investigators have succeeded in retrieving hours of data from a crashed Lion Air flight recorder. Officials said 69 hours of flight data was downloaded from the recorder, including its fatal flight. Authorities today extended the search at sea for victims and debris. The operation now, in its 7th day, has been involving hundreds of personnel and dozens of ships. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet crashed just minutes after takeoff from Jakarta on the 29th of October, killing all 189 people on board. Back home, the Reserve Bank has initiated setting up a digital public credit registry to capture details of all borrowers, including willful defaulters, and also the pending legal suits in order to check financial delinquencies. The Reserve Bank has invited expression of interest for developing the registry from companies with a turnover of over 100 crore rupees in the last 3 years. The Public Credit Registry will also include data from entities like market regulator SEBI, the Corporate Affairs Ministry, Goods and Service Tax Network, and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India to enable the banks and financial institutions to get a 360-degree profile of existing and prospective borrowers on a real-time basis. More crop per drop is a novel initiative of the Union government under the Prime Minister's Krishi Sinchai Yojana to ensure more crop yield with reduced water usage. It is revolutionizing farm practices on the field as evident from its implementation in Tiruvallur district of Tamil Nadu. Here is a ground report from our Chennai correspondent.
In Tamil Nadu, the Prime Minister's Krishi Sinchai Yojana is lending a helping hand to farmers who at times glare at heavy losses due to shortage of water in cases of failure of monsoon. Small farmers are given 100% subsidy to establish drip irrigation in their farmland, while big farmers are given 75% subsidy under the scheme. It serves as the most efficient system to apply manures or fertilizers. A new beneficiary, Mr. Ramu from Kilampakam in Tiruvallur district, has this to say.
Through drip irrigation, I am able to dissolve manure or fertilizer in the water for their uniform distribution to the crop. It helps to save money as they are applied only to the crop area in a targeted manner, reducing wastage. The growth of the plant and the yield per plant is almost uniform, and the harvest is more as compared to the conventional system of irrigation.
The Prime Minister's Sinchai Yojana is revolutionizing farm practices on the ground, giving a boost to agricultural productivity even in regions where water scarcity is well pronounced. Jay Singh, AR News, Chennai.
The air pollution level in the national capital has slightly improved and is in the moderate category. The air quality index was recorded at 169 this evening, according to Central Pollution Control Board. We have a report.
The CPCB has opened social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook asking people to lodge complaints on air pollution incidents in Delhi and adjoining areas. All construction activities involving excavation have been stopped. The stone crushers and hot mix plants generating dust pollution have also been closed. A 10-day-long clean air campaign is ongoing in Delhi to monitor and report polluting activities as well as to ensure quick action. With Suparna, Sheila, Air News, Delhi.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak tomorrow will bring you a discussion on Vayu Pradushan Se Bachav Ke Upay Par Charcha, preventive measures for air pollution. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. In cricket, the West Indies set a target of 110 runs for India in the first 2020 international at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. Chasing the target, India were 24 for 2 in 4.3 overs a short while ago. And now, before we end this bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning picks up pace for the first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik take stock of the situation arising out of heavy snowfall in the state. Traffic restored partially on Jammu-Srinagar highway after 18 hours. Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu reaches Malawi on the third and final leg of his three-nation Africa tour. RBI to set up digital public credit registry for capturing details of borrowers including willful defaulters. Prohibitory orders in force around Sabarimala temple ahead of its opening tomorrow. And in cricket, the West Indies set a target of 110 runs for India in first T20 at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.